Hey ladies, I just was sitting here at the studio working on refilling my starter kit, and so I was going to kind of talk a little bit about what I have in my starter kit and how I organize mine. I actually just use the insert out of the bag because I keep all of my extra stuff in the bag zipped up because I don't use it quite as often. So my open bag, that's just the insert that comes out of the inside of the starter kit bag, is kind of what I work from. And I also work from a roll-up bag. So I'm going to just show you a little bit about what I have, and I want to make sure every time I go into a party that I have my starter kit at least partially organized. It doesn't always happen that it's greatly organized, but I try to get it at least partially organized before going into my party so that I'm not scrounging around looking and digging and trying to find things at the last minute. And so you want to make sure everything's refilled and restocked, and sometimes I use my assistant for that, and she helps me out to get everything squared away. Sometimes I use somebody's kid, like a neighbor. Or my little cousins to help me. Sometimes my mom helps me, and sometimes I just do it myself because I kind of like it. And so I like a little bit of organization, and that kind of thing kind of relaxes me sometimes. So that's just kind of me. So I do it by myself every now and then, like I am today. And so I'm sitting at the studio, and my appointment canceled on me about the time I got here. So I figured, it's time to get things in order and get things organized because we're about to do a lot of faces between now and the 15th and now and the end of the month. And so I want to just kind of tell you what I have in case you're not sure what you need that's out that didn't come in your starter kit, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to kind of talk through that and show you guys what I have. So the first thing is you want to make sure all of your mirrors and trays are cleaned. I just use Windex for this. I just spray it, wipe it down with a paper towel, make sure it's cleaned out on the inside because sometimes powder and makeup and even product gets off of the little liner in there and it gets down underneath into the bottom part. And people always get fingerprints all over the mirror when they're picking it up or touching it or moving it around the table. So make sure to give that a good wipe down. Just like our appearance in Mary Kay is really, really important because we are in the beauty business. We want to make sure that our appearance of our supplies are also presentable to our people. So we don't want to have sloppiness being displayed to our clients because that's going to speak volumes about you as a consultant, and you want to be top notch always. So in my starter kit, I have a lot of extra mirrors because I was through DIQ, I did a lot of faces at one time. So I sometimes would have 10 or 15 people at the same time. So I have a lot of extra mirrors. So you may not have this much in your kit, but as time goes on, you'll see that you kind of collect things and you figure out what works for you. So I'm just going to show you my kit real quick and talk about what's in it. And I'll post this video for you guys. And if you have any questions, comment below and I'll be happy to answer any of those for you. And I'm also missing a couple of extra things that I usually have, like I keep an envelope full of fabulous referral sheets, but I also usually have to send home with people a copy of the starter kit flyer, which tells them what's in the starter kit. So if they're any kind of interested in Mary Kay or they're just curious and they didn't want to ask you, they'll be able to see it on the paper that they get to take home, and they'll have time to kind of think it over. And if you ever were to follow up with them, they might say, I really think I want to get that starter kit. So let's take a look and just see what all I have here that I can show you. So first of all, I am working on rolling up my little claws here. And so I like to take the claws that come in the pack and I keep mine in the little zippy things here. And so these are great. These little zipper cases are what your mirrors come out of. And so the mirror comes in it like that from the company, and you can just take those and put whatever you want to in it. I just take my mirrors out. I don't need them in the case. They hardly ever break on me anyway. So I use these little zippy pouches for that. But I like to roll my cloths. And so I'll take my cloths like this and I'll roll them. I just take it and roll it like 4 times, which is super easy. And the reason I do that is because whenever I take these and I'm putting water on them, when I squeeze the water out, it keeps its shape, and so it doesn't get all crumply and crazy, and it just looks better whenever I put it in front of their tray, and it looks like I took a little extra time, which I did. And then I just put them down in the little bag here like this and zip them up, and that goes straight into my starter kit. So I'm not sure what all you don't have in here, but for as far as my other little zipper bags go, down on one side here I have cotton rounds. So I like to keep cotton rounds. I usually have cotton balls stuffed in here too, and that one just kind of goes down into one side of my bag here. And Then I have the little applicators for foundation. I don't usually use those. I let people use their fingers or a brush, but they're in here just in case somebody wants a sponge. And then in the same bag here, I have mascara wands. I have the little spatulas that are here. I have eye makeup applicators. And that's pretty much it in here. But I use the spatulas for cream eyeshadow, sometimes lip glosses as well. And that just keeps your fingers out of the jars, which is way more sanitary. And so I just throw all that in another little zippy, and it goes down in my bag like this. Here are all of my mirrors. I just have them stuck in here. I have them cleaned out and everything today. And then back here, I have my little blush and bronzer set. And so you can get these little magnetic trays off of InTouch. They're $3, and I just fill mine up with some blushes and bronzers for my customers to use for their dash out the door look. And that just makes it really presentable. It keeps it all clean and safe, and I can just stick it down in here and not have to worry about a ton of little things. I like to keep the little tiny not mascara, but eye makeup brushes and blush brushes. And I just threw those in his little zippy here. I keep those for hostesses if I do a special color clinic, so that they're actually getting to use like real little brushes, if that makes sense. So I keep that in here. I don't use those very often, but sometimes I do. Over here, I just have extras of my tray liners. So I just bought extras because I go through a lot of faces. Stuck them down in here. I've got my brush cleaner because I like to use, I like to give my customers, whenever they're trying blush or bronzer, one of the little kabuki brushes. And so I keep that. That's our mineral powder foundation brush. It costs you $5 from the company if you're active. They're $10 retail. And these are great. You can just take this, spritz it with some cleaner after you're done with it, let them dry, and they're clean for and sanitary for your next group of people. So in the front here, I have my profile cards, just customer profiles stuck down the side here. And then I also have my closing sheet. So I use a set sheet. I may use this one most of the time, but sometimes I'll change up and try a different one. But you want to pick one and stick with it. If you need help finding a good one, I can help you out with that. And so this is two-sided. I got these laminated. We have a really great discount at Office Depot through Mary Kay, and you can print off the discount card, and I think it's like 40% off and 25% off of laminating. So I just got these printed there. They were two-sided. They laminated them, and then they cut them in half for me, and so I just keep those down in here. They're fantastic. If they get dirty, I can just wipe them off. And then, let's see, I'll turn it around here. In the end pocket here, I just keep my beauty books. These are the company approved beauty books that they send you in every order. You should have had some in your starter kit, but you can buy these separate. I think they're like $1.25 for a pack of 10. They're cheap and they're great. And I let my customers write in them if they would like. Some people do, some people don't. And then I just put, keep them stocked up. Anytime pens get damaged or they're starting to leak ink or running out of ink, just chunk them and get some new pens. It's really, really, really worth your time to just have pens that work. So I keep tons of pens in here. And then over here on this other side pocket, I just keep some company information. So this is like a little pamphlet that I printed out. It's a trifold brochure that they can flip through, and it just talks about Mary Kay as a career choice, and it's got some of the Mrs. Cab and things like that, why people start a Mary Kay business right there. So also in here, I just keep some of these little beauty cards. These are just the color cards, the old color cards. These are not the new ones. But I found these little Ziploc bags in the jewelry section at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and I just bought a bunch of those. You can also get them online. And they fit just perfectly in there. The new cards I don't think will fit. I haven't looked or tried to set these up, but I'm sure you can do kind of a similar thing with a little Ziploc bag. And I just put my sticker on there so I have my information on the front so I don't have to waste business cards for it. And then in the back here it just says, listen for a free lip gloss, and it has a number for them to call in that talks to them all about the business. The only way they get the free lip gloss is if they then call me back in the next 48 hours, and then they get to pick, and we do an interview on the phone. And so that's how if somebody's interested in the company, they're not really sure if they want to sign up, but they want a little extra information, I just give them one of these, and it's got some sample eyeshadows and blushes and stuff in there. So those are fun. And then over here I just have some extra stuff that I don't really use. I also wanted to show you what else I have. So all of my products, some of you might be thinking like, what do you do with your product? So all of my product is going to be in my roll-up bag, and I just use, the regular roll-up bag. And I keep all of my stuff in here. So I have like my botanical set, my miracle set, and some eye makeup remover. I keep my spray bottle with my microdermabrasion day and night solution, some translucent powder. There's some extra stuff in there that I didn't really need that I just haven't cleaned out. And then in the top one, I keep all of my like lip gloss samples or demos, some cream eyeshadow demos, mascara, and CC creams. And then there's also some little extra stuff, like I said, that's just not been cleaned out. It's just thrown in there. And then that's what I work out of, is my roll-up bag. So when I go into a party, all I need is my roll-up bag, and then I need my my insert for my kit, because this has really everything that I need in there. So over here, I have another little zippy that I am using for, these are just my sales tickets in here. I have a pin down there. On the back, I have some hostess information for my Coach Purse Hostess program that I can give them if they're interested in hosting a party. And I just keep that too down inside of my bag here. The last couple of things I would have for before I go into my party is making sure that I have fabulous referral sheets. So this is just a manila envelope that I just taped a fabulous referral sheet to the outside of the front of it. And then inside of it, I just stuck a bunch of printed ones that are clean and ready to go. And I usually keep this down inside of an accordion file, but I don't have it with me today. And inside of that file, I also have information like I'll keep some agreements, paper agreements. If somebody's wanting to sign up, they'll have those available to them. And I also would put in there some of the starter kit flyers. And so if they're interested in the company, they want to know about what comes in the starter kit, they're interested in how much is the starter kit, then I'm going to have another manila envelope with a starter kit flyer on the front of it down inside of the same accordion file. So I hope that helps.